Boom, 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 boom.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of DNM Drives with Nini.
Who's Nini?
I mean Kini and Nana, sorry. It's episode
31. Because I'm 31.
So, and it is Monday the 4th of October. You know, I always try to plan to do these videos like, you know, days in advance, but like it just never happens.
So you guys are getting live. This is a live edition. Live edition.
You know? It's a good thing we don't edit our videos.
Alright, let's get straight into it.
Alright, so today Kini wanted me to chit chat a little bit about what happened yesterday.
Yeah. So what happened yesterday?
I don't know, you tell me.
Obviously, Sunday was yesterday. We had church, right?
It was a lovely Sabbath, wasn't it?
It was good.
But yesterday I actually jumped on a Zoom, and I just want to say, like, I think this was like a little milestone in my journey.
Big milestone.
You reckon?
Massive.
What do you think that is?
It's, you know, you gotta, because I know where you come from. You know,
where I've come from.
Yeah, where you've come from. But I know how hard it was for Nana just to tell me, and now, let alone she's told. You know, there's people out there that know, your close friends that know the details of your sexual abuse. So for those, what we're trying to get to is Nana told two of her friends the events and like what happened. So you know what I mean, like. And you haven't told, you know, like we're getting there. Like one day you're gonna tell everyone, but you know, that's a big milestone. You know, to go from, you know, Nana saying to go from, you know, I would take it to my deathbed and not tell anyone about her sexual abuse, to now at a point where she's just like, all right, jumping on a Zoom call, like yesterday. Like tell us what happened yesterday.
Well, you know how there's like some conversation, I don't think you know this, but like, you know, ladies, like, you know, there's some conversations that you have over like socials and that you just can't have over Messenger. Like you can't have it over text or whatever.
It's gotta be like
it's gotta be in person. But I don't live near any of the two that I spoke to yesterday. One's interstate and one's like on the other side of Sydney. And so like, there was a conversation that we had that I needed to kind of just like elaborate a little bit more, and so we jumped on a Zoom yesterday and just FaceTime and I just shared that part of me, or you know, that story about me, and I didn't mean to go in there to share about anything about my abuse. That was the thing.
Oh really?
Yeah, that wasn't the conversation that we were having.
Oh,
it wasn't about my abuse. It was about another thing, another event that happened in my life. But it just
went that way.
And it just came out like, just so like not forced or anything, like, and So.
Do you want to tell what you told him?
No. But I think what I want to share, like I think what you're getting at is like celebrate the wins celebrate the milestones in your journey.
Yeah, but I think like what I took, so after Nana like had that conversation and she told me about it, and you know when I like I've always seen Nana, like when Nana's told someone like close to her what had happened, like there's like Nana's always like, she just feels like it's obviously the sad thing that's happened, but it's like she feels like she always, like, would you agree, like you always learn something about yourself, or like you feel like there's a growth or a milestone in that conversation?
Yeah, like
because you shared it with someone else.
Yeah. So what happens is I feel like every time I share it with someone, right? So this is like breaking your silence. This is what I mean by breaking your silence. Like, so when I shared. Wait,
can you just say, like, Nana shared like the details to her friends around?
We won't say what details.
Yeah, we won't say. I'm not saying the details, but like what the details, like, you know.
No, I don't even want to name what the details miles away. If you've watched our past episodes,
No,
you know
like,
what? No, babe.
it's important to be, you're specific.
Okay.
You need to be specific because people are watching this and they're looking to you as their, like, you're the hero.
Okay, this does some kind of like weird YouTube.
Yeah, it's a loop.
Okay.
But they're looking to you as your hero, Nana. You know, and you this is why you needed. The why is because they need someone. They need to know that it's possible and that people out there are doing it. So if we're not specific in regards to what you said to your friends, then how are you able to motivate them? That's the whole purpose of this, right?
Okay.
Would you agree?
Amen.
Amen. All right.
Alright,
So do you want to tell the details or do you want me to tell the details?
you can tell
Let's get the block up, all right? Let's just make sure we're going to the right place.
it. Yeah.
I don't know about you with the car, all right, mate? Anyways, so, yeah, so the details around it was the events when it happened. Yeah, so when it happened.
No. See, it wasn't even that. I didn't
It
even.
wasn't even that.
No, I didn't even share
Well,
that.
I think the big thing, what I'm trying to say is that you told someone that you were sexually abused, right? And you told who done it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the detail.
that was the thing that I shared.
But that's a big thing, right?
Yeah, it's a massive thing. I think we're supposed to turn here. Sorry. And then chuck a Yui. Yeah, so I didn't, like I said, I didn't mean to go into this conversation sharing anything about my abuse. It was like a completely different topic, but it just led into that anyway. And I actually ended up sharing who one of my I don't even like to say my because they're not, but one of the offenders.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's a big thing, but you know, like, yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
No, but
I'm
no,
getting emotional
but,
saying
you know, we're thinking more about the offenders, where we should be thinking about the victims, right?
And I felt
Because that's what you and these people that have gone through this.
yeah. So then when I was sharing with so backtrack. So when I did share it, I didn't feel like it was a very safe space. Like the whole environment, the whole thing. Like I feel very safe with these ladies, and so
Yeah. So that's something.
so that's like, you know, that's something.
They're very close to you. Like how close are they? Like friends, or like are you guys?
Do you know what? Like I've known one for a while, but I haven't really, because we live in a state, like we don't live in the same state, so like, you know, we haven't had that opportunity to like foster a close relationship.
So what made it? What is it about them? Not like, I'm not saying their name, but
Yeah.
what is it about them? Because I'm thinking maybe there's someone out there that would like to share it to someone, but they don't know who to share it. What type of person? Like, what made these two individuals someone that you wanted to share it with? Like, what was it? Is it because you guys like a vibe, or because you guys like, you know?
Yeah, I think
Because it's spiritually, like we got, you know, the same
Yeah.
church. What is it?
yeah. Well, I think because we are on the same page spiritually. Is that I think we kind of share the same spiritual goals, or very similar spiritual goals, and so like I think that like has created like a foundation for our friendship, or like, you know, sisterhood, I guess you could say. And so like, yeah, so I just felt safe. Like I feel safe in that aspect, you know.
Yeah.
And so like, but you know, like, you know, when you go to share something of yours, you can tell, you can feel, I don't know if this is just me, but you can feel the vibe, you can feel the energy, and like, you know, when it's safe.
Yeah.
You feel it, like, you know. Yeah, so, and so I did feel safe
Yeah.
in that, you know, and so I just said it, and it was kind of like, it took me a second. I don't know if they realized that, but it did take me like a second, like couple seconds to be like, just kind of breathe, like, yeah. Just,
am I doing this? Kind of like that?
yeah. And so, yeah, and then I told her, and then like just continued on with the conversation. But yeah. Are you sure?
I think we're lost, bro. I don't know about this nano guy. Anyways.
Oh, no. Yeah, keep going, and then you're gonna turn around.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, awesome. That's good. Yeah. So you told 2 people, and that was it liberating for you? Was that helping? Like, did that help you out? Is that healing? When you speak, is that healing for you?
It is healing, but I felt like in this I felt like, because we were talking about, part of the conversation was learning to be like honest with ourselves, and I felt like me saying it was like me. Did we go here? Oh, jokes. That's terrible. And I felt like me just saying it was like strengthening for me, I think. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like it was like
strengthening. Like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean strengthening?
Maybe I felt like, I'm because I'm still trying to process it, right? I think I felt like strong saying it. Like
Stronger.
Not even stronger, just strong.
No. I mean, you feel stronger towards facing this because you shared it.
Yeah. But I mean, me saying it, like I felt strong in myself just saying it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's fine. It's really good. So what would you, I know we're saying this again, but like, how important is it for people out there to go through this healing process? I know I'm probably saying it like it's easy. It's not. I'm not saying it's easy, but like, how do you, for those that are taking those steps, that need to take or why do you need to share it?
I think it's about, like saying before, like this is like a form of breaking your silence, right? Because when you break your silence, for me, it's always been like, you always learn something. You either learn something about yourself and like where at, like you recognize where you're at, or you recognize, or you learn something about like what you've gone through that needs some addressing, or like maybe you recognize your growth in your journey every time you break your silence, or maybe who you break your silence to shares something back that you're like, and you learn from the other person, right? Yeah. And so like I get it, like it takes like ages to even open up to someone, but it's like, but when you get to that point of opening up to like other people, and I don't mean like opening up on like YouTube like this, I mean like just opening up to like
someone
within your circle, someone within your circle, or maybe a professional, or whoever it may be. You will learn something, and so like for me, I think what I took from it yesterday that I was writing in my journal was like the importance of owning my truth, because what I went through is the truth. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it's. I think what I mean by like owning your truth is like, I gotta accept it. Like
accepting it.
You gotta
accept as what's the word? As horrible as that. Well, what had happened. It's happened.
It's happened. Like that's the bottom line. Is that it's happened. Like it is what it is. Like that's so harsh, and trust me, I get that, right? Like.
Yeah.
Someone hit there. Like it is what it is. Like it's, I don't know how else to say that nicely, but yeah, I think owning your truth means like you got to accept it.
I don't think there's no nice way to say it. It's just, like the thing, the truth hurts. Like that's a real saying.
Yeah.
That is a real saying that means what it means.
Yeah, it means what it means.
Yeah.
And so like, I think like if you're struggling to open up to other people, to seeking professional help, and if maybe you're only like writing it in your journal, or taking like voice recordings, or you're just keeping it all in, like one thing that will help you, or that has helped me anyway, is like just accepting that it's happened. And sometimes like you don't fully accept it, right? Like you don't fully like, it's not like black and white, like, and it's not linear, like it's very like just kind of like letting your guard down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Towards that.
Yeah. So you like you're trying to say, you're never going to feel 100%.
Yeah, you're not going to feel 100%.
Towards doing it, but doing it is what's going to get you
to actually
to the point where you're
accepting
down the recovery, to recovering. Is it the word recover or
healing.
Yeah, healing.
Yeah, so.
Because you say recover, it's like not really. It's not you. Yes, it's like your problem, but healing is more like.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good.
So,
And I share this to Nana, like I told her, this is kind of how I see it, like it's as if you're, trying to, like, for example, a 500 kilo deadlift, that's very, very heavy, right? So if you try to lift, obviously if you're not Eddie Hall, you can't lift it, but Eddie Hall's a weight powerlifter anyways, don't need to worry about that. But, like a heavy 500 kilo deadlift, trying to do it alone is going to be hard. But if you can get people around you that can support you to help you lift that load, it makes the load a lot more easier to lift, but more like to carry. And so when you're not sharing what you've went through, you're carrying that load. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that a good kind of analogy? You're carrying that load with you, and especially if you're like, I look at Nana, like Nana's a mom. She helps me out with what I do. Even yourself, it's hard. It's really hard. That's where. So sharing it to your friends or someone can help. They will help you carry that load, and therefore help you heal.
And they're there for you. I feel like when you've gone through something traumatic, you feel like you're not worthy, or you're not loved, or you're like, what's the word? How do you say it in English? Like you're a burden. Do you know what I mean? But there are people who love you, and there are people in your circle who will help you carry that. If not all the way, like you're on your journey, but like even for like a season in your journey, like there are people there. Do you know what I mean? And I'm really grateful for those who are in my circle at the moment who do help me, who do help me and lift me when I need that in my healing journey. So if you're watching this, you know who you are. I love you and appreciate you.
Love you too. But I don't just think that it's just like a side note, like it's not just people that like have been sexually abused. Even me, for me to talk to what I'm doing, I need to offload that. We all need to offload. We all need help. We all need support. So it's not really a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Are we turning left here?
Yeah.
Left here?
Yes.
Alright, fun on a little odd space. Anyways, all right, let's wrap it up.
So yeah, guys, remember to let us know if what stood out to you from this episode. Remember to comment, like, subscribe,
and if
share.
you know of anyone that needs to hear this, just send them, copy the link, send it to them, and say, I'm thinking about you.
And
I think it's a good idea.
Yes. So find your safe space, or be that safe space for a friend, loved one, whoever it may be. And yeah.
So I'm proud of you. Very proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, much love.
All right. Bye.